very good evening to you. This is LiveTalk, the Women's RoundTable, where we're broadcasting from home today, Thursday, July the 16th, 2020, due to the COVID-19 coronavirus, which is currently ravaging the whole world, including Zimbabwe, where currently the Ministry of Health says the numbers have risen and currently stand at 1,089 people that have actually been confirmed as having COVID-19. We have 674 people in the country that have the disease and are living with it, with the recoveries standing at 395 and 20 deaths. How does it look like on the international scene, Star?
Yes, we noticed that before we go to the international scene, we noticed that Harare is also leading with 367 cases and Bulawayo with 188. But we also see 116 in Matabeleland South, where most of the people stayed, probably because of the border with South Africa and the returnees. But looking internationally, so far globally, there are 13,589,000 cases, 273, and the deaths, there are 584, 990. And we see that the US is still leading the other countries with the highest number of infections, with 3,499,771 and 137,000 deaths. But of course, these numbers keep changing, keep rising actually, which we got from the Johns Hopkins University, Ma.
Yes, and for those that are joining us, we are actually live streaming from our homes. I'm in Washington, D.C., due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and this is not a live program. We're pre-recording for a program that will be watched later on. So by the time you watch this program, some of the numbers may have changed. Over to you, Star.
Yebo ke kunjalo ke olamukelayo ke lapha ngusithandekile Mhlanga esiyabe sicubungula udaba oluphathelane legcikwane leli ele COVID-19 eselimemetheka nje emhlabeni wonke kanye lelizweni jikelele. Njalo sikhangela ukuthi abesifazana bengabe belenhlupho ezinjani, babhekana lenhlupho bani nxa behlangana ngalesi sikhathi bevalelwe ezindlini. Likhumbule imigoqo yafakwa nguhulumende lockdown. Kunengi ke okwenzakalayo abesifazana abakufica kuzingxaki, kunenge kumele bekwenze, bayidinga amanzi, bayithenga ukudla, benqatshelwe njalo ukube bequma edolobheni besiyadinga okunenginengi. Bayalelwa njalo abanye ukuthi behambe, abanye bathi lanxa incwadi ulazo kwesinye isikhathi awenelisi ukuthi ufinyelele lokho okudingayo, okufana lemithi kumbe imithi emafamasi kumbe okunye okunjalo njalo. Kukanti lokudla abanye bayakuswela, lamanzi asilela kumele behambe ezibholaneni, lemavinkilini lapho kuyafuqwana kudingwa okuselelayo okufanana lempuphu lokunye, kanti le mali layo nje ayitholakali lula. Yikho ke siyabe sikucubungula ke lamhlanje sibona ukuthi bathini abesifazana, njalo sikhangelele ukukhuluma labalwela amalungelo abesifazana, labanye njalo futhi abazabe besichasisela ukuthi kuhamba njani ngendlela yokuthi senzeni sixazulule ingxaki esibhekana labo, sizwe ukuthi bengazisiza ngani, kungaphi lapho abangathola khona uncedo, labanye labo bebanika amacebo ukuthi nxa bona besesimene esinjalo baphuma njani kuso. Yikho ke lokho esiyabe sikukhangela namhlanje uhlelo lwethu namhlanje nje kungolwesine kuNtulikazi mhla ka-16 Marvelous.
Aiwa apo tiri kunzwa isu kubva kuna Star, mumwe wangu ari muno ari kutaura iye ari kuMaryland pamusoro pedenda reCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Tinoona kuti pari zvino uwandu hwevanhu vari kuwanikwa ivo vachibatwa nedenda irori reCovid-19 munyika huri kuramba huchikwira, uyezve tichange tiri kukupai kuti zvakamira sei panyaya yedenda irori reCovid-19. Tinoona kuti pari zvino bazi rezveutano munyika vari kutaura ivo kuti uwandu hwevanhu huri kuramba huchikwira. Pari zvino uwandu uyu hwakamira ivo hwakati pane vanhu 1,089 pari zvino vabatwa vaine denda irori reCovid-19 munyika pari zvino. Uyezve totarisa isu kuti pari zvino pane vanhu vari kurarama nedenda irori vanosvika ivo 674 ndo vari kurarama nedenda iri reCovid-19 munyika pari zvino. Vakabatwa nedenda iri reCovid-19 vakawanikwa ivo vachikunda chirwere ichi vakamira vari pa395 pari zvino. Uyezve vanhu vabatwa nedenda iri munyika vakawanikwa ivo vachizowanikwa vachishaya vasvika ivo pavanhu 20 ndo vanhu vawanikwa ivo vachibatwa nedenda iri vachiwanikwa zvakare vachizoshaya kubva kwariri. Totarisa isu kuti pasi rose takatarisa mamiriro akaita zvinhu pari zvino zvakamira sei. Tinoona kuti muno John Hopkins University inowanikwa iyo ichitipa mamiriro akaita zvinhu nguva nenguva. Pari zvino vari kutaura ivo kuti vanhu pasi rose vabatwa nedenda irori reCovid-19 vari pa13.5 million pari zvino, uyezve 584,000 ndo vawanikwa vachishaya. Totarisa muno muAmerica tinoona kuti denda iri riri kutowanikwa iro chinzi epicenter yaro iri kuwanikwa muno muAmerica kune dzimwe nzvimbo dzakadai seArizona nekumwewo. Muno muAmerica mune vanhu 3.4 million vakutosvika pa3.5 vabatwa nedenda iri, 137 vachiwanikwa vachishaya. Muno muWashington DC mandiri kutefenyura ndiri kumba mune vanhu 11,000 vabatwa nedenda iri. Toona kuti 571 wavo vawanikwa ivo vachishaya. Aiwa, ndo zvimwe zvatiri kutarisa ipo pano. Titarisa zvakare kuti izvi zvedenda reCovid-19 zviri kubata sei, zviri kuwanikwa zvichibata sei nyanya madzimai. Panguva ino yeCovid-19 regai timbozwa kubva kune mumwe mudzimai vachitaura ivo mamiriro akaita zvinhu, vachitaura ivo kuti zvii zvavari kusangana nazvo panguva ino yeCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Regai tinzwe kuti vari kuti chii.
Mhirizhonga dzemudzimba dzawandiswa pamusana pelockdown nekuti varume havachaende kubasa, havachaende kana kwavaimboenda kunotsvaga chiuviri, vangoswera vari pamba, such that vanoongorora zviri kuitika pamba, zviri kuitwa namai uye nevana. Vakadzi vakawanda vari kuti mental health yavo iri kutodisturbeka nekuti vana baba vamwe vaimboti vakabva kubasa vomboenda kubhawa havachaende.
Aiwa, apo tiri kuona isu mumwe mudzimai ari kutaura iye kuti zvimwe zviri kunyanyonetsa pari zvino inyaya yekuti vanhu vakawanda vari kuwanikwa ivo vachiwanikwa vachibatwa nedenda irori, uyezve vana baba vazhinji havachakwanisa kunge vachienda kumabasa. Zvinoreva izvo kuti vanhu vakawanda vari mudzimba vari kutarisana nemhirizhonga. Vari kutaura zvakare pamusoro pekubhinywa kwevana nevekuziva panguva iyo denda iri reCovid-19 rakapfunya chisero munyika, nyanya muZimbabwe, vachiti ivo vazhinji vakawanda havasi kukwanisa kunge vachiwana cheruviri panyaya iyo yedenda reCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Vazhinji vari kuwanikwa vari mudzimba, uyezve vasingakwanisi kuti vaende kunobata mabasa emaoko avaisimbobata COVID-19 isati yapfunya chisero. Asi regai ndidzose mumwe wangu Star, ndiri kuona kuti pane munyarikani wedu ari pano pari zvino. Star, we seem to have our guest, so I'm going to bring you on and then also bring her on so that we can find out if we can hear her and how it's going. So we're bringing on our guest, Star.
Okay. Yes. So I was still actually trying to connect you. I'm glad she has managed to join us. How are you? If you can just introduce yourself to begin with.
All right. Salubonani. How are you guys? Ibizo lami nguDuduzile Matema, and I work Bulawayo for an NGO, or rather civil society organization, that's known as Women's Institute for Leadership Development, WILD. So basically the work that we do is around capacity building for abomama, Guma communities, and where we actually work as a WILD sisebenza Bulawayo, sibe semzingwane, sibe seGwanda, sibe njalo futhi sibe sePlumtree. So basically that's what we do. Siyaba training trainings on varied issues in the constitution, how Omama can actually tap into the leadership space, considering which for a very long time Omama have been sidelined when it comes to decision-making processes, Guma communities, or even good governance, even Zimbabwe.
Yes, that's very interesting. And we noticed that right now, the issue at stake is this COVID-19 pandemic. And Zimbabwe has 1,089 cases as we talk and 20 deaths. Is there anything your organization is doing concerning the COVID-19? or anything to ease the women's plight during this time.
All right, siyabonga kakhulu. So far ebesikwenza as wild.
You can also you can start in English, it's okay, then we'll transition to Ndebele.
It's all right. So what we've been doing at Wild mainly is to give women a platform where they can actually have conversations pertaining to COVID-19. We also assisted women in terms of being able to raise awareness around COVID-19, because in as much as we give them a platform, it will be pointless for them having a platform, yet at the same time, they can't even raise awareness even among the people that they stay with in their communities about the effects of COVID-19, about adhering to the precautionary measures that the World Health Organization has advised people to try and adhere to so that they can prevent the spread of COVID-19. And we've been mainly working remotely, considering that we're trying also on our end to try and prevent the spread of COVID-19 and to ensure that social distancing is actually looked into, or rather is actually considered. So we're working remotely. By remotely is when you look at the activities, we were mainly doing radio programs. We would invite women to talk about the things that they're doing in their communities pertaining to COVID-19, if probably there are donations that they are involved in, and if there are any activities, initiatives that they might be doing besides just donating food, particularly during a time where people couldn't even access food. So basically that's what we've been doing as Wild, ensuring that women just have a platform where they can talk about issues that affect them, especially when it relates to COVID-19.
Yes, and
if I may just come in.
Oh yes, you can go ahead.
If I may come in then just ask, so which women are you targeting? Are you also reaching the women in the rural areas? And do you have a particular age group? Which women are you targeting currently, especially when we come to COVID-19? And what has been their response?
All right. So the thing is, before COVID-19, the thing that you just need to understand is the fact that as Wild, we've been working, as I stated earlier on, that we've been working in Bulawayo, Umzingwane, Gwanda, Lupane, and Plumtree. You notice that in Umzingwane, it's a rural community. Mm-hmm. So that's a section of women also who might be also affected, or I wouldn't say might, who are affected by COVID-19, because if you notice, COVID-19 is affecting everyone in as much as the effects might differ. So what we do is we engage with women between the ages of 18 to the age of 60 years. So basically those are the women that we usually work with. So yeah, that's what we've been doing.
Thank you. That sounds very commendable, because we've had a lot of women actually saying they don't have any awareness programs that they can actually tap into. So maybe you can share, where can people reach you if they want to know about your programs?
All right. Particularly when we look at social media, they can look for us, especially on Twitter. We are at Wild Trust Zim. That's where they can find us. And on Facebook, we're Women's Institute for Leadership Development, Wild Zimbabwe. And on Instagram, we're Wild Trust Zim in capital letters. On YouTube, it's Wild Trust Zim, again in capital letters. And basically, that's where they can find us. And then let me give you a WhatsApp number where you can actually try and reach out to us in the event that probably you might want a one-on-one interaction with any of our staff members. So the number, let me just look for it real quick. The number is 0773 578 270. So you can actually get assistance from any one of the staff members. If you've got questions, inquiries, suggestions, we don't limit people to whatever it is that they might want to contribute towards the growth and improvement of the organization.
Yes,
thank you very much.
This remote outreach, which you did, what exactly came up? You said you gave the women the platform so that they can talk about COVID-19 related issues. So what are some of the issues that came up which you address so that others may learn and share from?
All right, thank you very much. One of the issues that emerged the most was the fact that women have been experiencing limited access to healthcare services. So before lockdown, yes, challenges were there in women being able to access healthcare services, but this time it became more heightened. The fact that transport wasn't at their disposal when they needed transport to be there for them, when they needed probably to travel. So you notice that also when it came to the restrictions that were introduced with the lockdown, whereby women can't even go to their vending sites to actually try and earn a living, because we won't deny the fact that some women actually survive on vending, considering that a huge chunk that contributes to the economic growth of the country comes from the informal sector. So that was the other challenge that was there, that women have been limited in actually being able to be economically stable to fend for their families. And women also couldn't access contraceptives because as it is, when they go to clinics, it's either contraceptives are not there or they are now expensive for them to actually purchase. And the other challenge that they highlighted again was the fact that they couldn't actually, as I stated earlier on, that focusing on the issue of economic empowerment of women, the fact that they couldn't sell their wares, they couldn't actually travel, considering that borders are closed as it is, they couldn't travel to neighboring countries to try and get a few items that they can actually sell even among their communities, or even probably in Bulawayo, considering that some of them actually stated that a huge chunk of people who benefit from the things that they might be trading in are actually based in Bulawayo. So the limited restrictions, the limited travel that was they actually made it difficult for them to actually continue with their trades that they were engaged in prior to COVID-19.
So when you get this kind of feedback, do you invite the stakeholders who are concerned with those areas, or do you offer the women advice on where they should go, for example, for contraceptives or for other issues? Do you invite government officials? Do you invite activists, or you give them the knowledge yourselves?
All right, thank you. What we do is that we invite local leaders who can actually have an influence in improving their access probably to healthcare services. As I stated earlier, that we work in Gwanda. So women had highlighted that they've got a challenge when it comes to accessing healthcare. They couldn't travel to get health services if their children are now being affected, especially immunization. So we actually had a platform where we invited in a mayor from Konangale in Gwanda to actually tell us what can be done, how they can actually improve on that aspect when it comes to accessing healthcare services. But what we do is, yes, we invite varied people from different sectors to actually feed into giving advice, as you had highlighted earlier on what can be done. Because one thing you should notice is, yes, we might give advice, but for someone who's in a remote area, it becomes very difficult for them to action on that advice, considering that they've got limitations that might stand in their way. So what we do is, as we facilitate that platform, women can actually benefit in terms of having their leaders responding to some of the concerns that would have been raised by women in those platforms. So that's what we've been doing so far. So we try and action on those concerns that would have been raised.
Yebo-ke siyabonga ke ungasichasela ngamafitshane konke lokho bokukhuluma ngolimi lesindebele kulabo abengezwa isingisi ukuthi kahle kahle inhlelo lapho the abesifazana babuya bezochasisa ngokubakhathazayo ngalesi sikhathi se-COVID-19 kuyini okuphuma kule inhlangano yenu njalo libancedisa ngani? Siyaphinda nje bese kukhuluma ngesindebele ungakhuluma
All right, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Into esinanzelelayo ikakhulu nxa singanxusa omama kuma programs afana lawo e-radio, lapho omama benelisa ukuthi bakhulume khona ngezinto ezingabe zibancindezela ekuthini benelisa ukuthi baphile kumbe baziphilise. So into ebivela kakhulu ikhona lokhu ukuthi omama kathesi njengoba siku COVID-19 abasenelisi ukuthi benze imisebenzi ade beyenza singakahlangani lalolo dubo ole COVID-19. Imisebenzi yezandla, imisebenzi efana nokuthi bahambe kumbe eSouth Africa kumbe baye eBotswana ukuthi bayidinga imbijana yokuthi bakwanise ukuthi baphilise lemuli zabo. And abanye babesitsho njalo ukuthi njengoba iningi labantu ade bebathengisela izinto zona lezo abangabe bezithengile bekobulawayo, sokusiba nzima ukuthi bafinyelele labo bantu ngenxa yokuthi iCovid ihle yafaka izinto zokuthi abantu abasenelisi ukuthi bahambe ngendlela abangabe befisa ngakhona, considering ukuthi uhulumende yena bese kufakile wathi akumelanga abantu babe behamba kakhulu kwenzela ukuthi isifo lesi seCovid singaze sabe sesispreada kakhulu. So yikho bese sikwenza njenge-Wild ukuthi sibancedise omama ukuthi nxa beletha lobo bohlungu abangabe behlangana labo, senelisa ukuthi sibancedise lapho abangabe belenhlupho khona, ukuthi kungaphelele ekuthini bazaletha uhlupho kodwa bathole even isombululo sokuthi bengenza njani. Ngakho-ke okunye ebesikwenza ukuthi nxa umama angaletha uhlupho angabe ehlangana lalo, besikwanisa ukuthi sixhumane ikakhulu lenkokheli ezingabe zisezigabeni lapho omama abahlala khona. Njengoba benchilo ngesingisi laphana ukuthi sike saba lohlelo lapho esike sabiza khona umeya wedolobho leGwanda ukuthi sicela ukuthi asisize ngokuthi asazise ukuthi kungenziwani ngendaba yokuthi omama bathole ezempilakahle ngendlela engabe ilungile sibili. Sesikhangela khona ukuthi omama bebengasenelisi ukuthi bathole ezempilakahle ngemfanelo, khona lokhu ukuthi bekungasela ukuthi bathole izimota ezingabahambisa masinyane lapha abangabe befisa ukuya khona. Ngakho-ke yena umeya wenelisa ukuthi akhulumisane lathi ukuthi alright bomama, njengoba selichilo ukuthi uhlupho yilolu, thina esiseza kwenza njenge-council ukuthi udaba lolu sizaluthatha siluhambise further ku-Ministry of Health. So thina esikwenzayo njenge-Wild ukuthi ingxoxo nxa sisiba lazo kazipheleli lapho ekuthini siyakhulumisana nje, kodwa siyadinga labo abangasiza omama mhlawumbe ngama-solutions alokho maybe ubuhlungu abangabe behlangana nakho kumbe ukuncindezelwa abangabe behlangana lakho.
Hayi kuyezwakala ukufake wacaca lokho kakhulu. Yebo ke Mavela siyezwa ke lapho kukhulunywa ngosazana Duduzile Mathema ke onhlanganiso ye-Women Institute for Leadership Development i-Wild inhlelo zabo ezitshiyeneyo abaziqhubayo. Hayi engabuyi-ke omunye wami sizaqhubeka ngengxoxo yethu siyananzelela nangu usebuyile. Yes, Mav, you can go ahead.
Yes, very interesting there. If you can just maybe recap on some of the issues that she spoke about before I go on to the Shona.
Okay, yes, maybe you were muted.
In Ndebele, I mean. No, I could hear you, but what did she say in Ndebele?
Okay, she did explain in English that for the platforms that they have, they just don't end up there. They do invite stakeholders who will be able to give the adequate help and advice to the women on the issues raised. And she gave an example that the Gwanda mayor, I think that's Councillor Majale, also took their issues into consideration, that the women needed transportation to access some of the services, you know, like contraceptives and
Thank you very much.
And so forth. Yes.
Thank you so much. Apo tiri kunzwa isu kubva kuna Star ari kuno kuWashington DC. Mumwe wangu anga ari kutaura iye nevamwe vanowanikwa ivo vachishanda nemadzimai vanga vari kutaurawo pamusoro pezviri kuitika kudunhu ravo kwavanoshanda, vachitaura ivo kuti vari kushanda nekubatsira madzimai vachivapa ivo ruzivo rezviri kuitika panyaya yeCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Saka tiri kuenderera mberi tichitarisa kuti kwamuri ikoko kwakamira sei, uyezve imi semadzimai zvii zvamuri kutarisana nazvo panguva ino yeCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Tinoona vazhinji vari kuchema-chema vachitaura ivo kuti nyaya yekuwana cheruviri ndo nyaya imwe iri kunetsa panguva ino. Vari kutaura ivo kuti pari zvino zvinhu zvakadai sekuenda uchinotengesa vamwe vari kuzvitadza. Saka tange tiri kubata mamwewo madzimai tichinzwa kuti kwavari ikoko kwakamira sei panyaya yedambudziko rechirwere ichochi cheCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Tinoona kuti pane munyarikani wedu watanga takatarisira kuti vange vari pano amai Nyaradzai Gumbo Njanda, avo vanoshanda ivo nesangano reRosario Memorial Trust, avo pari zvino vari kuti ivo vari pamusangano uyezve vachisangana ivo nevanhu vemunharaunda yekwamurehwa kwavanoshanda vari, vachishanda nevanasikana, vachitaura ivo kuti vari kutaura panyaya yekupedzwa kwekurodzwa kwevana vasati vabva zera. Vataura zvakare kuti pamusangano uyu pane machief, vataura ivo kuti kuna chief Mangwende vari panzvimbo iyoyi, uyezve tichange tiri kunzwa kubva kwavari kana vachinge vapedza musangano wavo tichiri pano, asi zvikatadzikana tinozenge tichikupai zvabuda pamusangano uyu pachirongwa chedu chemadzimai cheWomen's Round Table. Asi tienderera mberi timbonzwa kubva kune mamwewo madzimai nezvavari kutarisana nazvo panguva ino yeCovid-19 kana kuti coronavirus. Tine vamwe madzimai vari muSouth Africa vari kuti ivo dambudziko ravari kutarisana naro nderekuti vana vechikoro vanoenda kuzvikoro vari kuwanikwa ivo vachichema-chema vachiti vari kutya kuti vabatire dambudziko rechirwere ichochi cheCovid-19. Vari kuti ivo pari zvino chiri kunyanyonetsa ndechekuti kune vana vari kuenda kuzvikoro vari kuona ivo vana vaye vachizonzi vanoenda kuchikoro zuva rimwe chete, rimwe zuva voramba vari pamba. Asi regai ndimbowanikwa ine ndichiwanikwa tichiridza zvataurwa nevamwe amai vari muSouth Africa pari zvino vachitaura ivo maonero avo ezviri kuitika muSouth Africa imomo.
Zvenyu vaZimbabweans pamungadai muri inini ndinoitwawo amai Kupa kuJohannesburg. Mamiriro akaita zvinhu munhau dzenyaya yecorona idzi, zvinhu zvinambomira mushe, vana vakatanga kudzokera kuzvikoro, but kudzokera kwavaita vakanga vaita like vakapiwa timetable yekuti unoita 1 week in 1 week off. Saka pasina kana 1 week yacho iyoyo pachikoro panobva pabatwa kana kuti mwana ane corona, that school inobva yavharwa for 2 weeks. So tiri kuona kuti zvinhu zveshe zvinomira zvakanaka. Even mateachers vari kutotyirawo upenyu hwavo kuti huri parumana nzombe chaipo, because vari kutotyawo kuti vana vari kutivigira zvirwere izvi, ivo vozoendawo kudzimba dzavo vosvika vosanganawo nemhuri yavo. Ininiwo ndiri munhu anoita damba nevana amunoti madaycare. Zvinhu zvikutotyityisawo kana nesuwo mumabasa edu iwayaya kuti machallenges acho akati wandei atiri kusangana nawo, kuti mwana anogona kuuya pamwewo aine zvaainazvo, at the end of the day vanopedzisira vakuzoblema futi kuti pachikoro ipapo maybe ndo paachiwanira mukutamba nevamwe. Saka zvinhu mamiriro azvakaita nenhau yecorona ine kukwira kuri kuitawo manhamba acho muno muJohannesburg, kunyanya muno mudunhu redu reGauteng, hazvina kumira zvakanaka. And already nditonzwa kuti Minister of Health vakatoti vachera makuva about 1.5 million. So to my surprise kuti how come kuti vanhu vanochera makuva 1.5 million pane kuti vawedzere zvipatara kana kuwedzera mabeds muzvipatara, vatochera makuva kudhara. Saka izvozvo zvichiri kutaurika, but zviri kuratidza kuti zvichaenda kunenge kwakati omei kunyanya munyika ino yeSouth Africa. Hama dzangu umwe neumwe paangadai ari, namatirai hama dziri kuSouth Africa, nevari kuSouth Africa vacho ngatinamatirai chirwere tinzvengeswewo mudenda iri recoronavirus radai kutekeshera nepasi pese. Maita henyu tete Loveness.
Aiwa, apo tiri kunzwa kubva kune chimwe chizvarwa cheZimbabwe chiri kuSouth Africa. Sister Sekai vari kutaura ivo mamiriro akaita zvinhu pari zvino. Sister Sekai vanga vari kufanira kunge vari pachirongwa, asi pari zvino vari kuti ivo network yavo iri kuti netsei. Saka regai ndidzose zvakare mumwe wangu Star timbonzwa kuti zvakamira sei. Star, we're hearing there from a Zimbabwean in South Africa just sharing what is going on in South Africa, where she says because the school opened at the moment, she's saying that the children who are actually going to school are coming back saying they don't want to go back to school because they are finding that when they are at school, there are some kids that are also being tested and testing positive for COVID-19. And she says the school system in South Africa is saying the kids go to school for 1 week and then have 1 week rest. So she was just saying that she, as a Zimbabwean who has kids that are going to school in South Africa, she's very concerned. Over to you.
Yes, that's a dilemma there on what to do about schools. But seeing that in Zimbabwe, the unions and some parents have actually welcomed the government's decision to defer school openings on the 28th, because of this COVID. Most people say there isn't enough materials to use, no masks, no. How will the teachers protect themselves? How will the kids be protected? And what about transportation and everything else? So you see that most countries are faced with almost similar problems on whether to open or to conduct remote learning. And you can tell in places like Zimbabwe and even some remote parts of South Africa, it's hard to access internet and other learning resources to be able to cope with internet learning. Coming back to you, Ms. Matema, we noticed that your organization recently held it was an event at the car park at the City Wall, right? To do with the water situation. Did the women manage to come to the event under this COVID-19, and how did they protect themselves? And what exactly did you offer them concerning the water situation in Luveve?
All right, thank you very much. Considering that we're supposed to adhere to the lockdown measures that don't allow for more than 50 people to gather in an area, we managed to actually invite 40 women for that event that you're talking about. And those 40 women were mainly from Bopoma, considering that the women who are affected the most by the water situation, especially Luveve, were not able to be there, considering that they're still mourning, right? So we couldn't burden them with that, asking them to be with us. So we had to actually look for representatives who could stand on their behalf to try and discuss about the situation that is currently taking place Konangale in Luveve, whereby women are getting water that is actually contaminated, and in the worst scenario is where we've heard of people actually losing their lives because of getting contaminated water from their taps, which is actually a recklessness by the city council, whereby they should have actually rectified it earlier. And basically, that is what we did on Friday, where women actually got there at City Hall car park, discussed about the situation that's there. And we are still in the process of actually compiling a written document that will be submitted to the City Council with the concerns that were actually raised by women, that if rectifying the ongoing water crisis will be availing Kami Dam water to women, that is something that they do not want, considering that if they couldn't rectify the issue that is happening in Luveve in the most sincere manner that could have been done, then it means the Kami situation might actually be worse. So yeah, that was one of the concerns that women actually brought to light during that meeting.
Yes,
and also I noticed that you actually said you adhered to the call by government to have less than 50 people gathering. Did you also provide protection like masks? And also you spoke about some of the concerns. Could you also highlight on what other concerns women came up with at that meeting?
All right. The other concern that was brought out by women was the fact that if you've got female councillors who are there, female councillors should actually be at the forefront of actually actioning the situation that is actually happening in Luveve, instead of actually seeing women from the community being the ones who actually take the initiative when we've got female councillors who can do that on our behalf or do that on their behalf. And the other issue that they raised was the fact that City Council is supposed to come up with the solution very soon as a matter of urgency, considering that lives are being lost and we can't continue having lives being lost and nothing being done about the situation. And the other thing that they raised was corruption that is there. Corruption whereby City Council officials consider less things that actually benefit the community, instead of considering the livelihoods of people when we look at access to water. So those were some of the concerns. And as you asked that, how did we adhere to the COVID-19 regulations? The other thing was that we had hand sanitizers that were readily available for people, so that whenever they made contributions, because we had a hailer that was there, so we would make sure that the hailer is sanitized before they can actually utilize that hailer before actually using it, as I said. And we also made sure that everyone had a face mask on during that particular engagement.
Aiwa, apo tiri kunzwa isu kubva kuna muzvare Matema vari kutaura ivo zvanga zviri kuitika kuBulawayo, uko vari kutaura kuti ivo nesangano ravo vakawanikwa vachiita musangano vhiki rapfuura, vachitaura ivo kuti madzimai emunzvimbo iyi vanga vari kuchema kuti dai makanzura echidzimai vachikwanisawo kunge vachitora nhuna dzavo vachizoendesawo kukanzuru, kuitira kuti vanhu vakadai savana meya nevamwewo vanzwe nhuna dzavari kutarisana nadzo panyaya yemvura. Star, I'll leave it up to you.
Yes, and were they, was the council there, and did they provide answers to the women? Because we have also spoken to the council, and they have told us their efforts to substitute the pipes with the plastic ones, and to always have the water available in November, so that the pipes are clean and so forth and so forth. But were they there in the meeting, and did they offer the women any, explanation?
All right. One thing you need to understand about the engagement that we had was it was more like an engagement with women, where they would actually bring out the concerns that they had. Because one thing we've noticed is the moment you bring in someone of authority to a particular engagement, you notice that in terms of participation, people start withholding their participation. They don't bring out honestly the things that actually affect them. So the nature of the event was mainly for women to raise their concerns about the effects that they're facing when it comes to accessing water in Luveve. And then as well, since we are a mediator, especially for the women, we'll then take the concerns to City Council so that they can actually action those concerns as a matter of urgency.
Tanzwapo mumwe wangu Star achivhunza muzvare Matema kuti kanzuru yanga iripo here pamusangano uyu wakaitwa. Muzvare Matema vapinda vachitiwo aiwa ivo sesangano reWild vanga vari kuti ivo vombotanga vaunganidza madzimai vonzwa nhuna dzavo vozotora nhuna idzi vachidziendesa kukanzuru, nekuti muzvare Matema vati ivo kanyanya madzimai mukavaunganidza motaura zvakare kuti pachange paine vanyarikani vakadai sevekukanzuru, dzimwe dzenguva havazonzwa kuti vanyatsotaura zviri pamwoyo pavo. Saka muzvare Matema vati ivo pavakaita musangano uyu svondo rapfuura vanga vane madzimai badzi, uyezve madzimai aya akataura nhuna dzavo dzavachazotora vachienda ivo vachinotura kukanzuru. Star.
Yebo-ke athabuthi susichasiseleke ngendlela elisebenza ngayo. Ungasichasela-ke ngolimi lwesiNdebele ukuthi umhlangano wenu lwana waphumelela kuhle yini lapho elanxusa abesifazana ukuthi bezochasisa ngohlupho ababhekane labo ngokuswelakala kwamanzi.
All right, ngiyabonga kakhulu. Njengoba lichilo umhlangano sibe labo mama City Hall Car Park lapha ebesikhuluma khona ngodaba lwamanzi, ukuthi udaba lwamanzi kumele lukhangelwe sibili, luhlolisiswe kahle ukuthi kwahamba njani, kwaphambaniseka ngaphi. Ngakho-ke into eyavela kakhulu kubo mama ikhonokho ukuthi bona bakhala ngendaba ze-corruption, ukuthi i-corruption yiyo esuka ichayelele phansi uBulawayo nxa sikhangela endabeni zokuthi abantu benelise ukuthi bathole ama-services ngemfanela. Ngakho-ke omama futhi bakuletha kabanzi ukuthi bona indaba yokuthi kuthiwa kugcine sokusetshenziswa uCamidam as i-solution to i-situation yamanzi, bona kabazange bavumelane lakho lokho. Bona abakutshoyo ukuthi nxa udaba lolu olweluveve behlulekile ukuthi balukhangelisise ngendlela engabe ingani ilesisindo ingani ilesisindo kungaba lula na ukuthi benelise ukuthi nxa bekhangela indaba ye-Kami Dam ukuthi ba-purify amanzi baza-purify ngendlela eyiyo ngendlela elungileyo engasoze igcine layo isisenza njengalokho esikubone kusenzakala eLuveve. Ngakho-ke njengoba umhlangano lo siwenze ngesikhathi se-COVID-19 into ebesiyenzile ikhona lokhu ukuthi omama babe lama-hand sanitizer emaduzaneni lalapha babekhona benelise ukuthi bazisanitize bangagcini sebesithi i-COVID-19 igcine la isitholakele isispreada khona lapho emhlanganweni. So esakwenzayo ukuthi make sure ukuthi omama bagqoka ama-face mask bahlala belawo ama-face mask ebusweni babo nxa sebekhuluma-ke bakhulume lokho abafisa ukukukhuluma nxa kukuthi bekhuluma njalo bazathatha iheyila isanitizwe. So basically ikho esakwenzayo ngalelo langa ebelike labuza ngalo.
Yeah, kodwa singathi generally moving forward, are your programs impacted by this COVID-19? How are they impacted? Do you think you will continue with what you have been saying about women leadership and also listening to their concerns, or this has somehow slowed down your progress, the COVID-19 pandemic?
All right, thank you very much. We won't deny Uti COVID-19 has actually limited our ability to reach out to more women because most of our activities entail that we actually have to have gatherings with women, have one-on-one sessions with them, talk to them, have trainings, as I had stated earlier. And one thing is, in as much as COVID is still there, it won't stop us from operating. We can't shut down offices because COVID is now there. So what we have established is actually utilizing more of online spaces so that our programming can still go ahead through even radio discussions where we can actually bring in those women, they either through call-in sessions or we actually have recorded conversations and then we play those conversations when it's now our time for a radio slot at depending on the radio station. So basically what I can say is yes, COVID-19 has had a very negative impact when it comes to our ability to continue with our work. Our reach has been limited, especially in rural areas where we've had people who've been very interested in our activities, who've been benefiting from our activities. And with COVID-19, it means we can't access those people. We can't actually have those interactions that we used to. But we've actually tried to incorporate the online space, even the WhatsApp online space, whereby we can actually gather women into probably a group, and then we have a discussion. If there are certain stakeholders that are needed, we have those stakeholders in that particular group, and then we try and map a way forward. But basically, what I can say is, with or without COVID, our mandate still remains the same. We are trying to capacitate women. We are trying to build capacities for women. We are trying to establish an excellent legacy of women leaders out there.
May I just come in there and just say, so what are some of the challenges that you're facing, even outside of COVID, when it comes to, reaching your goal to actually make sure that women excel is what you're saying?
All right. Some of the challenges, mainly financial challenges, some of the challenges that we come across, especially when it comes to women. Since we are trying to build leaders out there, yes, we are trying to build political leaders, women in business, women in different sectors, right? But one thing we've noticed is particularly those women who try to run for office, for public office, the main challenge that they bring to light is they are unable to finance for their campaigns, and that becomes a hindrance for them to actually be active when it comes to political spaces or even decision-making processes. But the other challenge that could be there is the prices of data tariffs. They are now becoming very impossible for women to participate in the alternative spaces that we are trying to incorporate women into. For example, the WhatsApp platform. WhatsApp is a platform that has been known as one of the cheapest platforms for a very long time. But with the current situation, it's now difficult for women to actually have their voices heard on those platforms, the so-called cheapest platforms, because data is too expensive, and they can't even keep up with the issues that might be taking place, be it in around the country or even around the world, considering that data just makes it difficult for them to participate. And the other challenge that is there is the fact that some of the services that women get, they end up eliminating the gender sensitivity aspect, considering that access to things such as water, access to things such as healthcare. At this day and age, we can't be complaining about access to water. Yes, we know that climate change is still there, but in as much as climate change is there, we just have to find solutions that can actually assist women to enjoy their social rights that they are entitled to, not for us to still have the same problem for something like 3 years on end and nothing being done to address those problems.
What about the issue of violence against women, especially during this COVID-19? I think we had that discussion last week. Is this not deterring more women from taking up positions, especially under your organization, to learn about, leadership and, learn about taking a position on the political front?
All right, thank you. You're very precise when you talk about gender-based violence, because gender-based violence, as we speak right now, emerges as one of the reasons why women don't even participate in socio-economic conversations, because probably they might be trapped with someone who's very abusive, who infringes on their ability, or rather infringes on their right to actually be involved in those processes. And even the fact that even when they show interest to run for public office, they actually get to a point of not getting the support that they're supposed to be getting. Instead, all they get are negative comments that actually end up demotivating them, having an impact on their confidence as women and their ability to actually try and step into that leadership arena, considering that over the years, that space has always been occupied by men. But gender-based violence, yes, is there. It does play a role in actually limiting women's ability to enter into leadership spaces.
Thank you so much. Apo tiri kunzwa isu kubva kuna muzvare Matema vari kutaura ivo pamusoro pezviri kuitika. Ivo vanoshanda nemadzimai, uyezve vari kutaura ivo kuti nyaya yekushungurudzwa kwemadzimai iri kuwanikwa iyo ichikanganisa madzimai akawanda kuti vawanikwe ivo vachipinda mune zvematongerwo enyika nyanya. Vari kutaura ivo kuti madzimai vavanoshanda navo vanoedza kuti vawanikwe ivo vachienderera mberi nezvirongwa zvavari kuita, vachishandisa ivo dandemutande, vachishandisa zvinhu zvakadai seWhatsApp, zvinhu zvakadai semaredhiyo nezvivhitivhiti nezvimwe. Asi vari kuti ivo panguva ino yeCovid-19 chimwe chiri kunetsa ndechekuti mari yekuti vanhu vawane ivo yatingati iyo wifi iri kuti netsei. Vanhu vakawanda vari kuwanikwa ivo vachishaya mukana wekuti vawanikwe ivo vaine mari yekuti vaende kunyangwe padandemutande irori reWhatsApp rinotaurwa nevazhinji, kuti dandemutande iri rinowanikwa iro riri iro rakachipa. Saka ndo zvimwe zvavari kutaura pari zvino. Asi tinenge taita rombo rakanaka, tiri kunzwa kuti amai Nyaradzai Gumbonzvanda vawanikwa ivo vapedza musangano wavo, kuti tinzwe kuti zvavanga vari kukurukura nhasi ndezvei panyaya yekupedzwa kwekurodzwa kwevana vasati vabva zera. Halo mai Gumbonzvanda.
Makadini henyu?
Aiwa, tiri wadi. Makadiko kwamurehwa kwamuruko?
Aiwa, kuri nani hako chero tiri kupotya manambaza kusumuka eCovid-19.
Ehe, mungatitsanangurirawo kuti manga muri kuita chirongwa nhasi. Chirongwa chipi chamanga muri kuita panyaya yekurwisa dambudziko reCovid-19?
Nhasi tanga tiri kutsigira Chief Mangwende vari kumba mabylaws, mutemo unosunga munhu wese anorarama munharaunda yaChief Mangwende panyaya yekudzivirira kuroora kana kurodzwa kwemwana asati asvika zera re18 years, nekuona kuti ivo vana vacho vakatopinda mutsekwendei nechekare vangachengeteke sei.
Zvatambirwa sei tichiona kuti chirongwa ichi chiri kuitwa panguva yeCovid lockdown?
Zvatambirwa chirongwa chiri kushanda Chief Mangwende vari kushanda pamwe chete neMinistry of Local Government and Public Works sekuziva kwatinoita kuti madzishe kushanda kwavanoita vanoshanda part of local governance yedu. Saka pakuita basa irori chekutanga kuda kuri kutozwisisa kuti lockdown pachezvayo iri kutokonzera kuti vana vasangane nemateenage pregnancies, vamwe vacho vachipinda muwanano, kunyanya nguva ino zvikoro zvakavharwa, nguva ino yekuti mabasa ave kunetsa kuvazhinji nekurarama kwavanga vachiita. Saka vechidiki vasikana vanenge varitova pariski yakakura. Asiwo pakuita meeting kwataita ndangofarawo kuti panga pachichengetedzwa zvikuru chaizvo mitemo iripo yekuti manumbers edu anga ari pasi pe50, pane iyoyo social distancing nevanhu vane mamaski avo. Saka izvozvo zvandikoshera kuti tichitsvaga kuti pasave nematambudziko akanyanyisa kuvana kusanganisira zvechild marriage neteenage pregnancy, panga pachitorwawo matanho ekuti tizvichengetedze.
Maybe if you can just tell us in English the kind of program that you had there in your constituency, where you are, who you are, so that the others can also join in.
Thank you so much. My name is Nyaradzai Gumbonjanda. I am the African Union Goodwill Ambassador on Ending Child Marriage and also the Chief Executive for Rosario Memorial Trust. Today we had the third consultative hosted and led by Chief Mangwende together with the District Development Office with the Ministry of Local Government here in Murewa to develop prevention of child marriage in the chiefdom of Chief Mangwende, taking forward the commitment that is there in our constitution and also the efforts towards the passing of the marriage law, and as traditional leaders saying they need to take action to use tradition to prevent and also to protect children.
And also we note that this meeting happens at a time when the COVID-19 lockdown is still in force. How were you able to adhere to some of those COVID-19 rules and regulations?
First, it was recognized that even in the context of COVID-19, we need to mitigate against the social impacts of lockdown. And one of the social impacts of lockdown is the increase in gender-based violence, the increase in teenage pregnancy, and the increase in child marriage. And therefore, that was a critical commitment, but in doing so was also a clear effort to make sure that we adhere by the guidelines for prevention, which are standard protocol in the country. So firstly, the meeting of the stakeholders was for less than 50 people. There were around 20 stakeholders at the meeting, and there was a very strict adherence to social distancing. We had to stand and swing to make sure that you are really way away from the other person, and there was a strict expectation for us to wear our masks, and we had our masks, and the Ministry of Health, the matron Nike from Ministry of Health was with us and was reminding us that wearing a mask is not about having it in on your neck, on your chin. It's literally covering your mouth and your nose. We also had hand washing before entering into the meeting space, and we also had hand sanitizers which were used during the meeting. So there was very strict control around infection prevention at the place where the meeting was held, and where the Chief Mangwende was leading the meeting.
Thank you, Mai Gumbonjanda. If you can stay on the line, sir.
Thank you.
Yebo ke lapho siyezwa omunye olwela ilungelo loluntu lapho unkosikazi Nyaradzai Gumbonjanda esichasisela ke ngomhlangano oqhutshwe lapha akhona eMurewa lapho obekucutshungulwa udaba lokwendiswa kwabantwana besesebancinyane bona ke bebelenduna khona ngale ukuthi laye bisitsho ukuthi luhlupho lolo esigabeni sabo ngoba sibona ukuthi ngesisekelo sombuso selizwe akuvunyelwa ukuthi abantwana bendiswe bebancinyane bengafiki umnyaka olithumi lasishiyagalombili i-18 ngakho-ke yikho lokhu kade bekukhuluma nokunye nje okuphathelane namalungelo oluntu. If I can come back to you, Ms. Gumbonswanda, what solutions were taken in that meeting? Is it promising that the child marriages may be, not an issue anymore?
Ms. Gumbonswanda, I have a question here from Star. She's saying that what solutions or what were the solutions that you reached during this meeting? Is it promising that we are going to see an end to early child marriages? And on this one, you'll have to be short. We're only left with 5 minutes, so you can go ahead and answer, Star.
Thank you so much. This was actually a meeting to review draft bylaws. So it was not a general talk show to say this is what we want to do. This was the chief presenting to the stakeholders, especially the different ministries, to say these are the bylaws that I intend to, following consultation he has done with other traditional leaders, that he was to take back to the community for validation. So first was a range of negative customary practices that the traditional leaders in Chief Mangwende's area saying they no longer have a place, and which they would like to insist in their bylaws. One, that even if it's dying, will no longer have a place in this district. Chiramu has been so abused. It has been used. We no longer need Chiramu in the chiefdom. That Kuripangozi should not be done using a person. So there were a range of the negative cultures which were just being said these are banned. And secondly was also an identification of some of the positive cultures that we need to, which are encouraged to be revived or revitalized and encouraged. And thirdly, there was a very clear identification of who are the perpetrators when a child is being married, and under customary law, who are the people who should actually be fined or should, yes, be seen to have broken the law. Not only the person marrying or marrying off the child, but also Munyai. Munyai would have to face the customary courts, and also so for me that was also quite far-reaching. And again, the bylaws that are being proposed are also talking about the economic issues. Mm-hmm. What are some of the challenges around household poverty, and what needs to be done? What actions can be taken to alleviate poverty at household level, whether it's revitalizing Zundera Mambo, the food security program, which we know is there, and also we are very excited about economically empowering the girl child herself, or as we have always known, but as a way of saying to girls, you don't have to depend on marriage. Mm-hmm. In order for you economically, marriage is not about economic support to the girls, it's about building a life together. So this was quite deep.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you so much.
On our side, so staff.
Yes, you can have the last word, Ms. Matema, just under a minute. What's your last word to women out there and your programs and the way forward?
I think if you can also share, Ms. Matema, where people can reach you, because like you said, you are now using, social media. So this is part of social media. So let people know where they can actually reach you and be able to access your programs.
All right, thank you very much. You can actually access Women's Institute for Leadership Development via our website, that is womenforleadership.org. womenforleadership.org, and then on Facebook, we're Women's Institute for Leadership Development Wild Zimbabwe. Mm-hmm. On Twitter, we're at Wild Trust Zim. On Instagram, we're Wild Trust Zim in capital letters. On YouTube, we're Wild Trust Zim in capital letters. And if you want to get in touch with us on WhatsApp for any questions or inquiries, you can actually get in touch with us on the number 0773 578 270. That's the number that you can actually get in touch with us if you've got any questions. And the last word that I have for women is women shouldn't feel demotivated by anybody or by the environment they come from. Women should be confident enough that they can actually have a space. They can actually contribute towards decision-making processes in their areas, and women shouldn't shy away from leadership positions, because women too are also capable of bringing change that has always been attributed to men, but women also have a role to play as well. And women shouldn't be discouraged, and those women who are actually now in leadership positions shouldn't forget about the aspiring young leaders. They should actually make sure that they partake in mentorship programs, mentoring the younger generation, so that they can actually be in the positions that they are in.
Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra time. So, Star, we're going to have to thank our guests. I would like to thank those that were live streaming with us here. Amai Nyarazai Gumbonjanda of Rosaria Memorial Trust, also the Goodwill Ambassador for the Africa Union. We also had Sekai from South Africa who shared about the situation in South Africa. Star.
Also, thank you to Duduzile Matema, the Communications Officer at Women Institute of Leadership Development, Wild. Until we meet again next Thursday, I'm Sithandegile Mhlanga here in Washington.
And I'm Marvelous Mhlanga here in Washington, broadcasting from my home due to the COVID-19 coronavirus. Thank you, Duduzile Matema, for having been our guest, and Amai Nyarazai Gumbonjanda. Have a very good evening. And as we said earlier on, we are pre-recording. This is a pre-recording session. Thank you.